So for many years in the country, there's been the huge debates about healthcare, Obamacare, and truthfully, every plan that's put up, I'm a pharmacist, so as a pharmacist, I see so many of these plans as absurd. There's so many things they don't take into consideration. And I don't think a nationalized healthcare plan could work in the United States. The population is too big and too varied. So here's what I propose. The main thing is we've got about 10 to 30 million people, they say, who have no health insurance, who are uncovered. And the first step one is to get these people covered. I don't think we need a government program to do that. I think we could do it through private means. There's about 65 million people who voted for Hillary Clinton. And all of them, I would say, believe in some kind of socialized medicine. So why do we need all 330 million Americans put into a healthcare system to just cover 10 to 30 million people who are uncovered? Why can't the people who want to opt into such a system opt in? If you believe in healthcare, you can pay into a system where people will be covered. The other thing I see that we could do in this, which is, to me, is an easy fix, is the dependent regulations. Okay, right now, to be a dependent on somebody's healthcare plan, you have to be married or a child, some kind of relative like that. But why does that have to be? Why can't that be extended to extended family, cousins, or just strangers, homeless people? Why can't we change the dependent regulations to allow more people to be insured? And the paradigm I use for this is actually same-sex couples, because years ago, you could not be covered. If you're a same-sex couple, you couldn't be covered on each other's insurance plan, but now you can. So what happened? They changed the regulation, they changed the definition of who can be a dependent. So I think we could do that again. And I think we can, basically my plan is that if you want to cover somebody, if you want to put somebody on your plan, then go ahead and do it. I often refer to it as the added dependent plan. If there's somebody that you want to add to your plan, add them. We'd have to tweak the rules so you don't have a huge deductible, because you don't want to take on a $5,000 deductible or something for somebody you added to your plan. But you can cover people by allowing them to be on other people's plans. The other thing that I would do with this, I would call out the quote-unquote woke culture, because they're very big on this issue. So why can't companies like Facebook or Google, these huge companies who are constantly preaching social justice, why can't they pay the benefits for people? And people tell me, well, they would never do that. Why would Facebook or Google ever pay health premiums for everybody? My answer is advertising. Do you know the goodwill that would be built towards these companies who said, we're Google, we're the company that covers 50,000 Americans. The money is there, and we could do it through private means by basically encouraging them to basically put their money where their mouth is and put money into a healthcare system that can insure people. The NFL, the NBA, instead of writing slogans on the court or taking a knee, why doesn't the NFL donate one Sunday's receipts across the board to paying the health care for however many Americans that would cover? It's a lot. People like LeBron James, these mega athletes, they're talking about social injustice. Okay, cover people. I'm not stopping you. Go ahead, cover people. We have to change the conversation. One of the main things I want to do in my candidacy is change the conversation. We always let the left steer it. We're going to steer the conversation. And under my plan, if we expand the definition of who could be a dependent and who could cover people, and then they still remain uncovered, well, we know that they were never serious about covering people in the first place, that it was simply a power grab to gain more power. I'm Nicholas Tutora, and I approve this message. Paid for by Tutora for Congress.